That is the Tiny 2 by OBSBOT. It is an AI-powered webcam. Starts at $299, but it's going to give your mirrorless camera a run for its money. And this is why I think you may consider upgrading to the Tiny 2 instead of a actual like camera setup, because it's that damn good. Full disclosure, OBSBOT did send his camera to me to test. There's no money exchanging hands. All they said was, hey, can you take a look at this camera, give it some honest feedback, and make a video from it, and exchange, you get to keep the camera. So with that in mind, I'm going to give you an honest review. They're not even going to see what I'm saying. So good luck, OBSBOT. Back to the show. Let's just get the sticker shock out of the way. $299. I get it. $300 for a webcam. Is that a responsible purchase, or is that even feasible right now? I would say yes, and let's discuss why and who should be making this call. If you are a streamer and you've been streaming on like maybe a basic webcam or that Logitech C920 that everybody has, and you're ready to step up to a new camera, something like OBSBOT giving an option at that $300 range is something you really should consider versus trying to get a mirrorless camera. And the reason I say that is, what's the most common mirrorless camera that people are using for streaming right now, or been using for streaming for the past like 5 years? Leave it in the comments real quick. I'll wait. No, I'm kidding. I can't read this. I recorded this. Come on. What are you guys thinking? Okay, no, but reals. For reals though, the A6100 is by far the most common Sony camera or mirrorless camera that's being used right now for streaming. And it's like the holy grail, like that workhorse who's been going strong for like, it's like a Honda Civic, right? Like an old 90s Honda Civic. You wonder why it's still running, how it's still running, but it's still running to this day and still maintains value. And here's the kicker though. If you look on eBay, you will see a used, beat up, typical price for Sony A6100 to be around $600. And that's just with the basic kit lens, if you get that. Yeah, we're living in a new age where prices have gone up. It's 2025. We have no idea what's going to happen with tariffs. But the fact that a used camera still costs potentially $600 to stream from for clean HDMI out, like, let's have a real conversation, okay? If you are in it to stream, whether you're working from home, you're teaching from home, or you're teaching on like Zoom and things like that, or better yet, you're a streamer on Twitch or Kick or YouTube, or maybe you're recording offline content of like gameplay and things like that and reaction videos. Unless you're going out and using your camera for like long form content or video recording outside of your typical workspace or your desk, game space, whatever the case may be, do you really need a mirrorless camera? Like, for the quality that you could get out of the Tiny 2, like, let's take a look at just how good this camera can be in an actual like gaming space. Let's talk about the OBSBOT Tiny 2 and just how good it looks. In fact, actually, I'm recording this right now. This image that you're seeing is recorded from the Tiny 2, and it's connected to my iPad. So I'm actually recording all that here to show you just how good it looks. It's recording 4K 30, so you might notice something slightly different. To be quite honest, looking back at this looks honestly almost as good as a mirrorless webcam. And you wouldn't be able to tell the difference most likely, at least as a common viewer would. Yes, there are like some, as a photographer or videographer, I notice things like how it's handling the blues over there. Blues are the harshest light for a camera to handle. But for being a sensor that is honestly like 15% the size of an APS-C sensor, it's actually not too bad. And even better, like, let's test some bokeh here with my Anime Expo Pass. Like, look at the bokeh and how it performs for being right here, and then the bounce focus on how it goes to me. Like, how, like, I'm getting this out of a webcam. Like, what? Now, there are some things you'll notice right away. Like, for example, you're probably seeing the white balance change just slightly as I'm moving my hands and moving different objects. the camera is trying to do auto white balance. If in this weird arrangement, I probably would have to connect it to my computer and preset it to like a actual like hard setting. But I mean, still, again, it's just the same. Okay, this is good test footage. Should we actually get back into like the specs and what it's about? Yeah, let's switch cameras. Now, of course, with a mirrorless camera, you are going to get better results. But again, I'm talking about your use case. Are you going to be recording any kind of long form content or even short form content outside of this space? Are you going to be taking it on the go outside of your typical desk scenario to do any kind of like streaming or any kind of like recording? If that's the case, then yes, investing in a camera is going like a mirrorless camera like this, 100% is going to work for you. Like this right now, I'm recording on the XM5 by Fuji, which I think is like the best entry level camera right now that anybody could buy. But you can check my video right here in this little top corner, wherever it's going to be. Click on that. Oh God. Click on that video over there, and then you can see my review, or my first review so far of the camera and how well it's been going, or why I even picked it in the first place. So yeah, if you're going to be going out and about on a lot of different content like that, then of course I 100% recommend getting something like this Fuji XM5 or a Nikon Z30, a Sony, and you could get a new camera for the same price. Like you could get a refurbished Nikon Z30 that could do 4K 30 or 1080p 60, and that's going to cost you maybe like $400 or $500. But again, that's if you're going to consider doing long form content later on. But if you're just live streaming and you're looking for a camera that's going to be able to handle not only high heat, long streams, then this is where something like the Tiny 2 comes into play, because you get the same sensor size as the Tail Air. And if you remember my past videos, if you haven't gone and check it out, you can see they'll be down below, or at the end of this video I'll leave a link for you. You can follow afterwards. But I reviewed the Tail Air, and that thing starts about $500, and you get honestly mirrorless like quality for half the price. And when I found out that the Tiny 2 has the same sensor, I was like, okay, no way. And even just this example, like check out this example of this video right here. I am recording this from my iPad. I have the camera connected via USB-C just into my iPad, and it's recording 4K 30. I can use the AI tracking features with it. And honestly, for a webcam to record something like this, it is possible if you have the other tools like an iPad or something like that, or a laptop. But regardless, you can get mirrorless like quality for half the price. So again, if you want to talk about specs, you know, it's 4K, you can shoot with 30 frames per second, or you can do 1080 60. You get the full AI suite of the PTZ style of camera, so you can have tracking, whether it's focusing on you or sitting down, or only focusing on specific areas of the room. You can control it either through hand gestures or voice control, and it comes with an OBSBOT suite where you can really fine tune the different controls or the different functionalities and have different presets for your zoom positions. Yeah, the tech specs, I mean, 50 megapixel like sensor. The proof's in the pudding. Like, I'm not going to get technical with you. Like, just look at the images that it's producing, whether it's on my desktop or even in a setup like a YouTube style of video. The camera speaks for itself. And audio quality, like, you hear some sample of me recording directly to my iPad. I wish there was a way I could do like gestures to like move it over. That'd be cool. I mean, just saying, for this kind of setup, okay, this is like way overpowered of a setup. Let's go back to the computer. Mind you, there's some latency on it, and I wouldn't trust where it's coming from because I am running the beta of iOS 26, so that's probably my bad. Real quick, Editor Joe here. So the latency, I actually fixed it in post. It was off, maybe like delayed by a couple of seconds, But in all these clips you see from the iPad, I was able to actually detach the audio, bring it back like a second, and sync it with no problem. And it still sounds just as good. So you can fix it. Power to you. Now, let's compare it to how it sounds on my camera. And just so you know, I'm running through the OBSBOT camera. It's going into my Wavelength software and then out to the stream recording. This is a test of the OBSBOT Tiny 2 microphones. And I actually have a fan currently going at full blast. So I'm testing its noise reduction. Currently it's on weak mode. Let me go ahead and change it to strong mode. Okay, now noise reduction is completely on strong. Do you hear the fan at all? How's my voice sound compared to prior? This is with that weak noise cancellation on. This is with it off. Can you hear the fan at all? Okay, back to our regularly scheduled program. So I've reviewed a lot of cameras, and I'm not going to stop reviewing cameras, especially when it comes to streamers who are trying to elevate their game into that next level or that next quality of quality. I think I should have said level of quality. As someone who streams and also loves photography, loves videography, I'm going to continue making review cameras and get you to that next level of quality in your journey as well. Again, I'm like your big brother who's going to advise you on the stuff you can buy. Plus, Amazon Prime Day is coming up, and I know that a lot of you guys have been waiting for Prime Day to make upgrades. So you're probably, if you're on this video, also looking to see, hey, what's the next thing that's coming out? So I got links below where you could purchase this camera, or if you want to check out the XM5, and try to find it, good luck. But if you want to support the channel, you can click on the links below. It's going to actually support me, and I get a little bit of affiliate. It helps me continue going and paying for the stuff like I test, because sometimes I don't get it for free. It is what it is. But I'm not going to tell you, hey, you should buy it, recommend it, say this is the camera for you. However, I want to make the case that if you are never going to do long form content outside of your room or outside of your streaming setup, then why would you need a full frame camera or an APS-C camera that sells used for $600 when you can spend half that money and get a really good camera with a really good mic that also offers tracking features and hits almost the exact same specs and is dedicated for streaming? That's my case for the OBSBOT Tiny 2. And if you would like that and you want to check out more, you have more questions, please leave it in the comments below. I know I'm posting this probably in like the next day or so, which is going to be like the July 1st. So you have about like 8 days to reach out and ask me questions before Prime Day. And if you decide that you're watching this after Prime Day, still leave your comments. I'm pretty good at answering and giving you questions. And sometimes you might get a short form version of your answer because it's just easier to record a video. Okay. Now, because it's Prime Day for me, I have a bunch more videos because I would like to support my channel and get some more affiliates. So make sure you subscribe to the channel. If you like this video and you like the style of content, give it a thumbs up. Helps the algorithm, helps other people find this. Otherwise, I'm Joe. This has been Matsu Excel. And as always, I better go shut up because I got to go create. So I'll catch you guys later.